para que los abogados no me busquen. Bendito es el día que Dios nos ha dado, en el cual no estamos rodeados en cadenas. Bendito es el día en que Dios nos ha dado, que estemos vestidos en una manera profesional, tomando nuestro lugar en la historia de este país. Bendito es el día que Dios nos ha dado, que podemos hablar el idioma que heredamos de aquellos abuelos y aquellos viejos. Bendito es el día que Dios nos ha dado para poder saber y entender y apreciar la vida de otros, tanto empresaria como personal. I say today, blessed. And then I must tell you that it is my opinion to say, blessed is a day that God has given us. Because if I don't say opinion, the lawyers will come looking for me. But as long as I say it is my opinion, you got nothing on me. So blessed is today that God has given us an opportunity to be in a gathering unlike many other gatherings that have taken place across this nation, called riots and raids, a gathering in which Latinos have been handcuffed, chained, and sent away from their loved ones. We are blessed today that we are here without those chains, without being interrogated, but actually that we are blessed to be here dressed professionally. We are blessed today by a God that has made it possible for us to be assembled today to share our culture, to give to the corporate world our added value. And blessed is today that we as a community is not exclusive but inclusive. That we are here today to learn from all people. For if you remember what we were taught as early as kindergarten, we are one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And so let us sit here today and share with an open mind and an open heart. For the debt has been paid. We have certainly cleaned enough tables, of which we take no offense. We have vacuumed, and I know that we have taken care of everybody else's children. And it's high time we take care of our own who lead the nation in future. I wish to first say gracias. Gracias to the men and women in the corporate world with beautiful names like Richard. It's okay to say I'm Richard. I love him, that is not. Because when you live in Ohio, it's okay. Ramona, beautiful names, Christina, Elizabeth, our honoree, Lupe, the next generation, to our First Lady. I shared with her from my heart what I learned about her. Words were said, like a kind woman, an humble woman, a woman who cares. We know here in this room how difficult it is to get anyone who has power to come and simply stay through the entire experience. It is not easy for them to stay beyond giving us the proclamation. And they always apologize for having to leave. And when you have a first lady, and you have a mayor, Mayor Cole, who can say to the rest that goes on today, this can wait. I will stay, I will speak, and I will honor. Then truly, we must make sure that when their time comes and they need our help, that we don't forget who walked the journey with us. And when they ask you why you are campaigning and voting and being there, phone banking, say because they stayed beyond just being politically correct. Those are the true people of substance that we must continue to support. We thank you for clearing your calendars to honor this important day in our history. Felicidades, Richard, for your award. It is evident that you were raised that what you do is not about yourself. You are a servant leader. But we also have to brag about you. Because we should never apologize for what comes from the heart. And so we lift you. Our people say to you, mil gracias. I dreamed that one day, being introduced by a world leader. Every kid dreams that. And today it happened. When Dr. Samuel Betances, a citizen of the world, a man who transcends, who is the pioneer in an industry that is so cynic and critical. When a man who can stand and speak to you transparently and authentically about a kid from the Bronx and can tell you that it too shaped him, and to stand here and to introduce an hermana like me is a dream come true. So yes, Dr. Betances, hermano, I pray you live much longer and you continue to bless us and to remind us that we are all in this together. Mil gracias por todo lo que has hecho. Thank you so very much. To the Guzman family, who was at home last night, and to the men and women who gave up their time, and not one of us was on a payroll. Because that's not what it's about. We can go make money somewhere else. But last night was special. Last night reminded me of the many times when the barrios, we would gather. Never worried about chairs, never worried about getting enough food. We would gather in those days to simply be together. Last night, it was in a pretty cool neighborhood. And that's nice, you know? It reminded me of someone, when I moved to my other end of the city, my neighbor came by and asked me if I was the lady that was working for that farmer. And I said, yes, I do, and I can't stand them half the time. You're quite ungrateful. I said, and before you go across the street, I own the home too. And how you're gonna see me every freaking day. Would you like to come over for dinner? He moved. God bless him. But I understand this is a professional setting. I am to behave. I wish to share with you what I've learned about the corporate world, of which I have worked with over 50 of the Fortune 100. So I start with this humble story about keeping it real. It's called La Camisa Blanca, the white shirt. I was 12 years old and born and raised in the third to the last street in the United States, in Laredo, Texas. I'm the daughter of an immigrant from Monterrey, Nuevo León, Mexico. English is not my first language, but it's just as good. And when you grew up the daughter of a laborer, with a mother who has problems, of which money is never available to help them, you may look at it two ways, like you do when you first get hired and you are the first in your family to be a professional. You may think that you don't know what the world ahead requires. You now walk in a building, you slide a card that lets you in. They give you a cubicle. They speak English all day long. But they want you to speak about Latino affairs. There are two ways to look at your life, whether it was like I did in that barrio, with that bathroom in the back, with those 2 beds and 10 siblings, 1 heater, a mother who was very sick in her mind, a father with the burns on his back, of a coal mining experience up north, and a father who would ask me with such pain to read the bills, to read the letters, and to interpret all doctor visits. You can look at yourself and feel like a victim and think that life isn't fair, that you're too young to experience these things. You may think that if you just lie low, that the executive in charge won't find you. You won't have to do as much because you just got your degree in engineering. And you may take that position of the low road, of the one in which you want to hide in your company because you're so insecure or you're afraid of embarrassing yourself. Or that I could hide in the schools that wish that I would go away because I was a little girl that didn't understand English. That I was the problem child, always sent to see the principal because I questioned people's logic. I was a nonconformist. It's no miracle I became an activist. Or you can take the road that says, it is because of all these things that I bring with me that will strengthen me. That you learn to see your parents treat people with respect. And that in leadership, when you recognize that everyone has value, then everyone will make sure that you continue to ascend to the top. That when you recognize that you should never think from a deficit model, but that you apply the lessons you learned as you grew up in those struggling days. There was no Toys R Us. It was toys I made. And so I translated that in the most complex missions as an Army officer. When the rest of the people were looking for the manual, I was looking for how to get it done.